Hey, how you going? Morten Aastad here. Welcome to my channel. Tomorrow is Tuesday the 5th of August and here in Oslo the mighty AC/DC are playing at Bjerke Travbane, a horse race stadium. And I would have loved to have seen them again. I have seen AC/DC a couple of times now. And but if I'm going to be honest with myself, although I am in a better shape, standing around for hours and hours on a hard surface is not something I think either my back or my hips in the current state would abide. So I sort of pushed that idea away, although there are still tickets available. I was even contemplating signing up for some contest from Platekompaniet, see if I could spend my lottery luck on my AC/DC tickets. But again, I just think that it would be a bit too much of a chore for me. Tickets, I think, are running around 1,100 Norwegian kroner for the regular stuff, and slightly better, closer to the stage, I would imagine. Tickets are 1,700 kroner, which is about $170 US. And also, this is an outdoor stadium. They predicted some really harsh weather battering Oslo later this evening. Heavy rain and the remnants of some sort of tropical storm or something or other. And that's, how's that going to be tomorrow? I don't know. But I became aware about it 2 weeks ago that they are doing a pop-up dive bar thing. Something similar that I noticed that our Maiden has been doing on their current tour, which means they find a room and they set up a bar. And when I was there, was that around 3:30, and absolutely no one was sitting at the bar further into the room. However, people were lining up for the merchandise. Now, why am I going to an AC/DC merchandise thing when I'm not going to the concert? Well, like I said, I've been to an AC/DC concert a couple of times. Never bought anything back then for various reasons. And I thought, well, maybe I'll just pop in there and see if I can find a t-shirt or maybe some other fun, memorabilia. I am a fan after all. So this was not purchased today. I was, however, standing in front of, where they had all the t-shirts, and there was one that I would really have liked, and looked like they had the appropriate sizes for someone like me. And it said high voltage and was black, and they had a green, sort of olive military green one with the cannon from for those about to rock. And then my view ventured a little bit to the left of that, and I saw that they had displayed various vinyl albums. And it's the gold ones, the gold vinyl, the 50th anniversary. One of them might have been tempting, but they didn't have the one that I would have wanted, because I really want Flick of the Switch in that. Not that I haven't been listening to my old Flick of the Switch vinyl, which I brought up from Denmark, but it is a bit noisy, was it James said eggs and bacon? I like that. And James Griffiths. But then my eyes ventured a little higher, and I saw something that, oh no, that's a patch for the back, and that, oh hang on, that's vinyl. And I gotta say, those gold ones were 100 krona cheaper than the t-shirts, but the two on the top were 150 krona cheaper, which I think is quite astounding, because they were the 2024 reissues, Australian only reissues, of the Albert albums. Well, 2 of them. So, guys, I bought High Voltage, the Albert pressing, the Australian pressing. They had TNT. I would have loved to have bought that as well, because as some of you might remember, I do have an Albert TNT. However, when I was a teenager, when I woke up after a party I had, I found out that the record was taken out of its sleeve and was lying sideways up against the wall, and someone had thrown a dart through it. But never owned this version of High Voltage, so that's the one I grabbed today. 350 Norwegian kroner, so about $35 US, for something I've wanted for years and years. I have come across 1 or 2 of these which is rather, tattered, and some that, I could have grabbed maybe, but they were obviously bootlegs. And I did buy Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, which turned out to be a bootleg as well at a record fair in Denmark. Not that there was anything particularly wrong with it, but I did get the feeling that the pressing wasn't all that fantastic. So this, to me, this is really awesome. I'm really stoked about having this. So I'll just open it with you guys, shall I? See if I can. Do this. Because one of the channels that I'm following on YouTube, which isn't, it's technically speaking a vinyl community channel, he does have a weekly roundup of what is being released on vinyl. And he showed some of these a few months back, and I was very excited. I went online to look for them immediately. But checking around a little bit, I don't know if he jumped the gun or he had, sources in the US that made it easy for him to get, but these turned out to be Australia only reissues, so I never got any of them, but well, I did now. Oh, this is fantastic to me. 1975, 2024 Australian Music Corporation, and of course they kept the old Albert logo there, even though I assume this is the current sort of provider of this. Shall we remove the shrink wrap? Yeah, we shall. I got brand new record sleeves lying around there somewhere. So, to me, I've got to show you the bag as well. There we go. That's also a little bit cool. Will I keep that somewhere? Cluttering up things? Probably. I don't know. I remember it took years before I realized there was a dog pissing on the high voltage. What do we call them? Transformator in Norwegian? Transformator? Now, as Ben Rankins made me fully aware of, that several of these tracks, of course, were not on the international version of this album, although some of them did show up on the EP, which I now can't remember the name of. Of course, you lot know what the international version looks like. And this is the one I was thinking about, the 74 Jailbreak. I never remember the name of this because, I mean, I never had this in any form before these CDs arrived, so it's sort of not something I remember from my youth when I started listening to them. So which ones are same? You Ain't Got a Hold on Me, and Show Business, Soul Stripper, and Baby Please Don't Go. I suppose they were all the ones that were removed from the version when they did International, and then they merged some of the tracks from TNT, I think, when they created this internationally. So yeah, let's see if there's anything on the inside. Doesn't look like it. Well, the record's there, and yeah, no. So there's no inner information. And they done the old Albert logo and everything on the label just as should be. I don't know what original color this had, if it was a dark red or a blue, but they've done it black on this one. And so obviously I would like all of the the AC/DC Albert ones. I have the TNT one, but obviously that sort of needs replacing. And then I got a what I assume is a not kosher Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. What is the one with the, oh Christ, I can't remember it now. Not Power Age, although I would like that as well, and Highway to Hell. I'd love the Aussie one, but oh my god, the one where there's a stage picture of them on the international version, but the Australian one, I think, and I remember I said that in a video. I was criticized for saying I preferred that one, but the Albert one was, the neck of the guitar and the fingers there, looking really cool. That's the one I really would like if someone if I have a rich uncle out there in Australia. But yeah, this was a special treat, not something I'd expected to happen today. So I better get my uniform on and wish everyone who are going to the concert here in Oslo a really good time. Hopefully the weather will have abided by then, because we're still being told to be somewhat careful come night time here today. So we'll see how that works out. And I'm happy that I saw AC/DC first time when they were the second act ever playing at what used to be called Fornebu Arena, which wasn't a pleasant experience. I was sitting down by the corner post, having to see the whole concert like this in a chair, and back then they didn't. This was built as an indoor soccer arena, and the roof were all metal. And later on, they would have a very thick backdrop at the back, which softened the sound. But when I was there, my ears really, really hurt. But I did get to see AC/DC with Cliff and Malcolm and Angus and Brian and. Oh my god, the drummer. And when I saw them the next time, that was after Malcolm. I think that was after Malcolm had stepped down because of health issues. And now, of course, Cliff isn't there either, and neither is the drummer, and so it's basically Angus and Brian left of the old guard. So I guess that's something I would have had in my mind if I went to see them tomorrow. But yeah. Anyway, guys, that was a little bonus video, I suppose. It was not planned to have anything to show and make a video of today, but I hope you enjoyed it. Please click like, that helps my channel. If you want to subscribe, well, that makes me happy, and I hope to see you guys soon in another video. Take care. Bye-bye.